I'd like to mentor you guys and girls today on the subject of addiction and anxiety. I haven't spoke about this for a long time. I just want to say before I get into the video, I'm not judging anybody that's got addictions. Number one, I couldn't judge anyone because I've had addictions in my life. And number two, that's just not where my heart's at. But I am going to do my job and teach. I'm not going to hold back on that because it's part of my job, part of what I love doing. And people ask me, and it's a big struggle for everyone. We've all got addictions, whether we realize it or not. So I'm going to share how I've beat some of my addictions and continued, and how you can do the same. And we'll just kind of see what comes out of the session today, because usually the best stuff comes out when I don't plan it. I just speak my mind, speak from my heart, and something really good comes out. And I prefer it that way. I've decided that that's my style of teaching. So with anxiety, addiction comes with that. And I did a post, I think yesterday, on my Instagram, because it's hard at times with anxiety. It's very hard for everyone, even me included, because it's stressful and you're scared and you're in a lot of pain at times and you're overwhelmed and you just want that feeling to go away. You want to find some peace or love or comfort or safety, and that's when the addictions, as my mentors say, start rising up and asking you for food to feed them. So it could be an addiction to pornography, masturbation, alcohol, drugs, unhealthy eating, unhealthy criticizing or judging, mainly in these areas. Now, like I said, I can't judge anyone. If you know my story, in my 20s, I had an addiction to prostitutes, and again, I have respect for everyone, not to judge anyone, but I had an addiction to that in my 20s because I was such a troubled young man. I had mental health problems. I got bullied, I got abused. It affected me. I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel loved. I didn't think any woman would ever want to go out of me. So I was in a lot of pain, right? Not to give you a sob story, but give you the truth. So that, something that I did with friends, as a bit of fun, it turned into an addiction. And I was doing it for a long time, for a period when I had a full-time job as a postman, and it was affecting me. So I overcame that addiction. I didn't realize this till the other day. I overcame that with prayer, with praying, and with obviously taking responsibility and changing my life, building my confidence, and eventually getting a real relationship. So that was an addiction that I beat years ago, and it comes up now and then, and I want to help, men and women, but especially men seem to ask me. I got a message before and it was fine. It was an anonymous person. You obviously know me, and it's fine. I wouldn't say, I don't know what your name is. And someone messaged me and they were panicking because they'd gone and visited an escort and they felt terrible. And they spoke to me and I said, look, forgive yourself. I did it. You'll be forgiven. We all make mistakes. What did you learn from it? Try your hardest not to do it again. Replace it with something honest and positive. So that's already a big part of it. It's finding a replacement. Because when we're going to our addictions, we're trying to get the love that we feel we don't have, or the comfort, or a way of dealing with pain. So that's why things like boxing, martial arts, exercising, they're so good for helping you to build the strength to fight off these addictions. And I will say this, I hope this helps people, and please God, people don't feel I'm not putting anyone down. I'm on the same level as everyone. I'm not better than anyone. Voices. I'm not better than anyone, and I don't want to be better than anyone. So when you get into a good place and you're really living right as best as you can, it doesn't mean perfect, but living good, the cravings for the addictions tends to go away. And that's how I continue, because we've all got addictions. I've got addictions. I've got an addiction to masturbation. But at the moment, I haven't been doing it because I've been praying. I'm living my purpose, and I don't want to go to that place because it's not good for me. So know the dangers, but if I do it, I'll forgive myself and confess it and pray and continue, because no one's perfect, but we can beat it. You can beat it. Many people on this channel there's so many stories of people beating addiction. So focus on the good stories, not, oh, I'm never going to get over this addiction, I feel ashamed. No, you can. Many people have done it, right? But also try very hard to not judge others, because that's the worst thing to do when you've got an addiction and you beat it, and then you start judging other people that have an addiction that used to have it, and that's not good. That's not where you want to be at. So again, I don't want anybody to feel judged on this video. And if they do, I can't help that, because that's not what my intentions are. But many of you have asked me to speak about this and to help you in all areas, and that's why I'm putting out the dieting and the training. So, you know, I think honesty is I think that's the only place to start, and forgiveness with yourself, because there's nothing worse than going into an addiction and then hating yourself, judging yourself, shaming yourself. It just adds to the pain. And life is hard. You know, we all struggle at times. I don't think anyone's being honest if they can honestly tell me, any human being on this earth, that they've never had an addiction or they've never fed it. I know there's some people that are very clean living, that's brilliant, but somewhere else they'd have it, in their thinking, judging. So addiction is an ongoing battle. And I humble myself and say, okay, today I'm clean from masturbation and eating bad food, but tomorrow I could slip up. So have that respect, you know, have that humility, and that gives you strength as well. So talking about it's important for men and women, because there's nothing worse than feeling on your own. And there's so many good people out there. I mean, I've met so many good people on my walk of life where they don't judge you. They're very kind, and that's a level of someone who's grown and got maturity. Because if any of us do it, me included, if we start judging someone harshly because they've got an addiction, it doesn't make us any better than them. And it actually, I think it creates bad luck. So, you know, forgiveness is important in this process. But at the same time, I saw someone who follows this channel who's very supportive of my work, and I just was very proud of him, respected him, because he said that he'd overcome an alcohol addiction, and he made some good points that I agreed with, that sometimes you do have to lose friends. If you're around people and they are encouraging you to feed your addictions and it's ruining your life, then you've got to remove yourself from them. Not in hate, not in anger. You can still love and that's important, but it's not good for you. So you do have to change your relationships sometimes. I don't think all the time, but sometimes you do. But it's really a relationship with yourself. So if I can overcome the addictions that I've overcome, I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't have done it without my faith. Anyone else can do it, whatever addiction it is, whatever, you know, I might not have named all of them. So for me, it's really about the things that I've said. Now, I've just come to it now. I knew it would come before we end this video. In my experience, honestly, the real solution to overcoming all addictions is to live your purpose. And I would also add on and say, you know, and again, I don't force my faith on people, because I don't feel that's what I'm called to do, but I will share my testimony, my story. You know, having faith in God, or finding your passion in life and living it, that cures up most addiction. Because that's what happened to me on my journey. I had all these addictions because I had low self-esteem and I wasn't happy in my life. I wasn't doing what I knew I could do because of the anxieties and the fears. And when I started to teach and enjoy my life, you know, lately what I'm finding, and I want all of you to get this, and I know a lot of you are getting it and will, for as many people as possible, the craving, the appetite for these addictions has died, because I'm getting so much out of faith, you know, enjoying training, gratitude, faith, love, living, and this we can't fake this, you've got to do it. Living your dream in life, or being just grateful for what you have in your life. These are all the strong things that you need that beat these addictions. And it's time and patience, you know. I don't think anybody that's had a strong addiction, where it's alcohol, drugs, sex, bad eating, bad relationships, I don't think it's been linear, where they just went, I'm going to quit and that's it. You're gonna relapse. You've got to get back on. and keep going. And that's been my testimony with coming back from a mental health breakdown. I had tons of addictions. I was on medication. I was addicted to masturbation, to eating bad. I wouldn't say I've ever been addicted to alcohol, but I could have easily become addicted to alcohol because of my insecurities, because of my patterns, my anxieties, and my addictive personality. So understand the enemy, understand what you're dealing with, and defeat it with the things that I've said. Find what works for you. And if anything that I've said you don't agree with, brilliant. You're your own person. Learn. Go and find what does work for you. But this has worked for me, and it's worked for a lot of clients, and it's a continuation. So another way of summarizing it for people that want to beat addiction is exercise. Exercises demons out, anxieties, fears, stresses of life, and it helps you to feel better about yourself. So replace it. For every addiction I've had, I've always replaced it with something that's positive that I like. So my addiction to sugary sweets and chocolates, I replaced it by eating some dark chocolate, which is healthier, and eating some mixed nuts, which are healthier. And instead of eating KFC and McDonald's and takeaways every day, I replaced it with eating veg and salmon, or chicken breast, or broccoli, or fruits, or pasta, or brown rice, or healthy fruits, water, tea. But it takes time, and get excited about changing, and really work on stop the harsh judging, and speak to other people. Get around good people, have good relationships. That's the solution to all of it. Addiction usually stems from a lack of relationship in our life with ourselves, with our family, friends, and God. For those that believe, for those that don't, I respect you. I totally respect that. I want to help everyone that I can. It's relationship, a connection, whether that's with yourself, your friends, your family. So, addiction is the absence of connection. To state the obvious, but maybe not for some, it's the absence of love. It's the absence of having a goal, a purpose in life. And also, final thing, keeps coming. Thank you, guys and girls, because you create the space for truth to come out. Kindness to others, serving others. The more kind I've been to others, the more I'm not being selfish. We're all selfish, we have selfishness, and we're all very kind. The less addicted I am, the less I want to feed my addictions, whatever they are. And it doesn't always have to be the extreme ones that is kind of stereotypical in society. Drugs, alcohol, addiction to masturbation. It can just be addictive thinking, addictive patterns, avoidance, or watching too much television. So you start to understand the voice and the feelings of addiction. You replace it with goodness, with good stuff. But you forgive yourself when you make a mistake. Talk to a mentor, talk to your group, talk to God, talk to a trusted family member, write it out. Because if anyone judges anyone so harshly for having an addiction and struggling, then they're not going to enjoy, they're going to suffer, right? There's a consequence. And I know it isn't easy, because we all judge, it's part of human nature, but you work on the addiction to judging less, and not doing that, and not going to that place, and people like you more when you do that, and you like yourself more. So that's about as much as I can speak on today. Let me know your thoughts in the box below. I will go away, process, write down, and continue to share how I've gotten over it. But it's really the same for getting over anxiety. I guess addiction really is anxiety in a different way, manifested, however you look at it. We label it different. We separate things in our culture to understand and compartmentalize, well, that's anxiety, that's addiction, that's this addiction. But it all kind of stems from the same thing, as we know: trauma, stress, addiction, pain, hurt, a breakdown in relationships, low self-esteem. So you can build back. And if I can do it, anyone can. I mean, I was in a mental hospital in 2017. I thought my life was over. I was completely in a place of addiction. I was scared to live. I found faith, found purpose, and made a full recovery. So anyone can do it, all right? Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, let me know in the box below. Like and share this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next video, all right? Appreciate it, guys and girls. Have a great day. Bye.